as windy as it is, this is supposed to be the calm part of the day.
Yeah.
But the good news is they can't hear us coming.
That's true.
And they can't smell us. If you can't control your wind in a 40-mile-an-hour wind, you aren't going to control your scent in any wind. I say we get to this knob up here.
Okay.
Sit there and wait for daylight.
Take a peek. Sounds good to me.
I wish there was a low risk, high yield probability.
I don't think that's in the cards on that bull.
Everything I look at is high risk. There are no easy solutions that I've found. I've tried to get them to come right over here down by the trail,
Then
but
in the meadow over here in that park, that'd have been good.
they're just not cooperating,
They didn't get the memo.
evidently. Well, Tim, that's probably the biggest bull that we've seen in 2.5 days of hunting and a day of scouting.
I agree.
And Tyler, the camera guy, is one of the most badass elk hunters I know. And Tyler's convinced that the risks are worth the reward. And since I'm the conservative CPA type who's responsible for a TV show and all the costs and investment and the outcomes, I asked Tim to kind of be the balance between Tyler's confidence and my hesitation. And Tim said he wants to go over there and try to kill that bull if I'll stay here and keep my eye on it. Yep. I think the reason he wants me to stay here and keep my eye on it is because he doesn't want me slowing him down.
Not even close to true. It does look like a fun challenge, though. If I were up here by myself, that's what I would go do. So I think give it a try, and we know that there's pretty good risk in it.
Yeah, and the reality is we've got, after this, if you went and did that stock, it's going to take most of the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And we'll have a day and a half left. All right, well, you sold me. It's your hunt. I'm putting all of my episodes, my eggs, everything is in the basket of Tim Lesser and Tyler Johnson.
Well, the risk is the fun part, I think, on this. Making the trek and seeing what happens.
Yeah, and then if you shoot them, I'll say it was because I sat over here and gave good directions. Right?
Yeah. I like it.
This is gonna work.
Positive thinking brings positive results.
Yep. This is the right spot, man. The big bulls have been over here. It's the shady side. You can't see it from where we were. It's gonna take some effort and it's a gamble. They're in here. This will work.
Well, I don't know. I see them set up like they're on the bull, but I don't know if they're gonna shoot or not. Hard to say. I see Tyler's up above, Tim's down below, and it's almost like Tyler's setting up his tripod for an over-the-shoulder shot. Be nice if they're on him.
Wish I knew how close to him those branches were. Yeah. So we got the bull in his bed, got all the way over here, we're set up, he's laying in bed, and now we got some people coming across these hills over here, all the way back in here. And that's what happens in public land, I guess, but we're gonna try kicking a rock off here, see if we can get him to stand up. There's no clear shot right now, so another gamble on a kind of risky hunt, lots of fun.
rock because his head's facing this way. Here we go. What's he doing?
Nothing.
So I'm watching through the spotting scope, and Tyler's rolling rocks down the hill, which I assume he's trying to get the elk out of its bed. I don't know, but the way they're set up, it looks like they're ready to shoot, but for whatever reason, it's not happening. And I can think of no other reason Tyler would be throwing rocks down a hill.
Well, I've got the bull in my crosshairs here. He's sleeping in his bed. It's about 1 o'clock. So the plan paid off. Now I just have to do my part when he stands up. Not a ton of wind through this canyon, but we're gonna have to plan a little bit.
Some of you will think this is crazy, but TV production guidelines say you can't shoot a bedded animal. So I just saw Tim get up out of his shooting position, and Tyler kind of stood away from the camera. So all I can figure is they have that bull bedded, but Tyler knows that you can't shoot a bedded bull.
Been laying here for about 1 hour and 45 minutes waiting for him to get too hot. Shadows are starting to get a little bit longer, but laying in this position, it's not happening fast enough. Try not to let the excitement get the best of me here.
He's kind of acting funny, isn't he?
Yep.
It is recording, it is full zoom. There you go. On him. I'm on him.
Got him.
Yep.
Could he have gone dead away?
Maybe.
You still see him?
No.
And held right in the middle of his shoulders. It's about 3 o'clock, I think. Feels like it might be midnight based on the way my back feels, but he was in his bed. We waited, he stood up, took the shot, and now we get to go check him out up close.
Well, I think it's good news. After the shooting, they headed down off the ridge, and they told me if they shot to just wait up here and watch for them. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's only 2 people that I would send down into a hole like that in this TV show. Well, maybe there's a couple others, but very few people would I send down into a hole like that looking for a bull that had disappeared.
What a bull. More importantly, what a hunt. It's like we're stacked up. Well, you gotta come to places like this. Get away from the people. Get a chance at a bull like this. I owe that to you, Tyler. Well done. Thank you, it was worth the effort, just like you said. Let's check him out. Look at that. Big old bull. All right, well, we're down here. Caught up to the old bull down in the bottom here. And it was a long day. We had discussions up on top, got up early this morning, went up to the parking area, got out of the truck, hiked for hour and a half away from the truck, and then been sitting there for a few hours battling the wind, watched this bull come off one of these hills and into this pocket, but we lost him, and he couldn't. We didn't see him come out. We lost him probably 9 o'clock. So we sat up there and glassed, and never came out. Never came out. So then the discussion starts, right? What do we do? Do we go into a blind, a blind spot and hope that he's still here? So we hemmed and hawed for a couple hours, almost lost all of our time to get over here, but made the decision that Randy would stay up there on the hill, crawled in up on this rock outcropping up top, and Tyler picked him up right away. We slid out. He was right where Tyler had last seen him. So we crawled over the edge of the rocks, saw him down here, had to clear a little bit of a shooting lane up in the rocks, and then we just waited him out. Eventually he stood up. We took the shot. It was right at 400 yards. It was a pretty steep downhill angle, but he went off into the brush, and we were pretty sure he was down, but you never know until you get down here. So to walk down here and find the bull, and he's a great bull to boot, tops off a fantastic hunt. Worked really hard. Had to get way back in here. That happens on public land, as you know from watching the show. Even clear back here, we saw some people coming through, but not many, and that really helps. And you look at this area, you can see whether it be a bull in here, and a great one. So fantastic hunt. Can't say enough great things about it. This is the best part. A little bit heavy, but not compared to when we come back and get the meat. So head back around through this, up over, going up through that saddle right up there. Be a relatively easy pack. Randy's waiting for us. Bet he's excited to find out how things went. I know I'm excited.
I'm just